Hi guys, welcome to Ecuador Homestead. So we're starting out the week in my garden and got a lot to do this week. But before I start moving on to the projects and everything, I want to show you something that just came up today. And it's not a plant that I'm growing, but just came up today in the night. And I've seen this one other time. I don't really know what it is, but it's kind of, I don't know. Let me show you. So here you can see this like skeleton-like plant. I don't know what this is. It wasn't here yesterday, or I just don't know what it is. It's not really hard. I mean, I can move it, and I of course can destroy it. And I don't know really what it is. If you know what it is, let me know. I've only seen it one other time, and it was a little bit bigger than this when I saw it. It was outside of my garden, maybe way over there a little bit, and that's that with that. I don't know what it is. Of course, I don't think it's probably beneficial to my garden, so I'm just gonna go and destroy it. So I don't know really how this works or what it is. I mean, it's just kind of some growth or something. Anyways, if you know what that was, please let me know. Leave a comment below. I would love to know what this is. So now let's get started on all the projects we got this week. Now that we've pretty much determined that the zucchini is not going to come up, we've waited for about a month, and it's probably not that the zucchini doesn't grow here. It's probably more that we got bad seeds, or for some reason they just didn't germinate. We're not going to do them right now. However, eventually I'm probably going to try again and plant them again to see if I can try to get them to grow. Like I said, it may just have been that they were bad seeds, and that's okay. Of course, I was reading a gardener's book, and they were saying that the best seeds are from the zucchini plants that are starting to go bad. So I got one that was going bad, but it was kind of it was still on the fresh side. So I think we may have needed a little bit older one. However, what we're going to do with this bed here is we're going to plant it with something I think will probably grow. And this is some squash. I have these squash seeds in my hand right here, and not really sure what type these are. We've actually, a little bit out of the garden, we have, as you can see on the screen, one of these types of squash is growing, and it's actually producing fruit. And so we're going to go ahead and plant some of these in here, in this bed right down here, and just plant them in the mounds again. I think that they're probably just kind of like the watermelon or the zucchini, that they just kind of want to be mounded up. We're just going to kind of do that, and then afterwards we're going to fertilize them with some guinea pig poop again to make sure that they are, when they sprout up, they're going to be happy, and that they'll grow and give us lots of fruit. So let's go in and get these planted, and let's go ahead and get some guinea pig poop for them. I just finished putting guinea pig poop and then planting the squash. That's good. We have it all fertilized, so hopefully when they pop up, they'll be happy. Now, one thing I want to mention real quick before I move on to another project is that in each mound, I planted 3 seeds in each mound. The reason why is if one doesn't sprout, for example, I'm hoping that the other one will. So we'll see how these go. Hopefully they'll go good and they'll pop up, because the other one that I mentioned a little bit ago is actually starting to fruit, and it's outside in the backyard, and it's doing really good, and I'm hoping that I can have some of that squash in my garden. So now let's go and move on to another project. Back out here in the garden again, and in my hand I have some watermelon seeds, so we're going to go in and plant these. I just planted a little bit ago the squash plants. Say something to that real quick. That squash plant I was talking about that was out in our backyard, it had a little squash on it. Well, the squash just fell off. There's probably multiple reasons. It could be that it just didn't get pollinated. The second thing it could be was that it may have gotten it's in a low area, and it gets really wet, so that could be a problem as well. It could be multiple factors. So we're going to try to work with our watermelon and our squash to see if we could try to avoid them falling off. We'll see what we could do. Okay, but right now I filled this bed right here with some dirt. I even made mounds, and we're gonna plant watermelon. I'm gonna plant 2 in each mound, and we'll roll with this, and we're gonna try to continue working with watermelon and the squash. So I'm gonna go and plant the watermelon. Now we finished planting all the watermelon. Let's go in and get some guinea pig poop to fertilize the bed so that when they pop up, they'll be happy. Now that I finished putting all the guinea pig poop around the watermelons and preparing this bed for them to start growing, let's go in and move over and talk about the onions. So I'm out here in front of the onions, and there are definitely a lot less aphids. Of course, there are a few, and so what I do is I take my finger and I rub it up like this to just keep them off, okay? And there's a lot less of them, definitely. I see a few down here, and I just go on and squish them all off, just like so. And I'm probably seeing about 1% of the population from when I started. I'm showing you on the screen right now the difference between what it looked like before and after I did all my cleaning up on the aphids. It's substantially different. There's just a couple more over here. I still do have some, and they have killed some of my onions. I don't really have any incentive to plant any yet, considering that they may just die, the aphids may just kill them again. I don't really have incentive to plant anymore until I can see that these, the ones I do have growing still, are making it and doing well. Once I can see that, then I may go ahead and plant the rest of the ones that didn't make it, and yeah, just go that way. Okay, so that's pretty much that for the onions. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to another project. I'm out here next to the greenhouse where my strawberry is, and right back here where I said I was gonna plant some more strawberries, I'm actually gonna go ahead and plant some corn here. This corn is, you may notice, I don't know if you can see from here, but it's actually rather red because it has a type of a vitamin or something on it that they put on it to help it grow and sprout. So I'm gonna be planting this. It's a bunch of people around here grow corn, and it grows really well. However, when we grow it in our family, it just doesn't grow. However, I think there's a couple of problems that we do, a couple things we do wrong. For one example is that we just don't plant it in really fertile soil. And right here, it's not really fertile. However, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some guinea pig poop or some sheep poop, and I'm just gonna, fertilize it. And again, continue keep it fertilized. Also, what I'll be doing is, I think that corn just doesn't like a lot of shade. It needs a lot of sun. This area is rather sunny, so it should do good here as well. So I'm gonna go in and plant these, and then I'll get the guinea pig poop, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. Now, I just finished the corn and finished mulching the area where I planted the corn with guinea pig poop, so that's done. And everything's looking good. I want to talk real quick about the onions. The onions, considering that, they were hit by aphids really hard last week, and I stepped in and I defended them, and then on top of that, I just dosed on them as much as possible, all the guinea pig poop that I could. They look actually a lot better, at least the ones that survived. They look a lot better than what they did before, when I hadn't fertilized them very much, and they're doing really great. I'm really impressed with them, and there's not really very many aphids on them now. So hopefully they're taking in, and I know stuff like if you fertilize them a lot, it helps the immunity of the plant, and they could put out stuff that helps confuse the pest pressure, the pests that they have on them, so that maybe they're getting strong enough to defend them themselves. Because, for example, we have over my mother's garden some onions, and they are really big and really strong, and the reason why is because we kept on throwing out like scraps of food and just gardens, kitchen scraps in that area. And now we turned that into onion bed. Well, the onions are doing amazing, and there's not but one aphid on there. And I think it's once they're really strong and in good shape, then I think that they could fight off and put out stuff and basically help defend themselves against the aphids and the pest pressures. So if I continue fertilizing them, maybe I can get them big and strong, just like those. Anyways, so now that it's the end of the video, before I actually just want to mention one more thing, I want to tell you that the squash are now starting to pop up. Just 2 so far have popped up, so this is the end of the video. I planted it towards the beginning of the video, towards the beginning of the week. So they're already popping up, which is great. So anyways, just thought I'd mention that. Okay, now's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a like, make sure you subscribe. Hey, if you want to support Ecuador Homestead, you can click the link below and go on to Patreon, and that's how you can support me. We also release extra videos on like gardens, other gardens, my family gardens. We have a series where we release videos of other people's gardens on the homestead. Like my brother has a garden, my mother of course has a garden. We have a family garden, and I have my sister that has a garden as well. So you can check those out on Patreon, link in the description. That'd mean so much to me. Okay, also don't forget to comment below and let me know what I could do differently to help my corn grow or my onions, fight against my onions. Let me know what you also may want to see me plant in my garden. Okay, like, subscribe, become a patron, make sure to comment below, and I'll see you next time at Ecuador Homestead. Bye.